Roth sent out today about being able to take attendance, and a couple others that I found pretty useful in using Google Classroom, and one that you can use in anything. So the first one I'd like to tell you about is one called Nod. All right, so first off, let me present my screen. So the first one's called Nod. And I'll put links to all these in the chat and also whenever I post this video. So what Nod does is in Google Classroom, it gives you the ability to raise hands and send a little emoji and some things like that. So let me drop that into the chat. And you can't see it unless you have Nod installed, but up here in the corner, when I click on it, you'll see that little icons come up. So you can show a quick little thumbs up or thumbs down icon or something like that. And if I click the raise hand icon, it shows that Lee has his hand raised, and that will stay until it gets clicked on to remove. So if you want to say how many people think it's choice A, you can have all the kids raise their hands and that'll stay. And then you can tell them to turn it off and they can click their own off, or you can click them off, or somebody has a question, you keep going. Or if you just want to check and say, hey, is everybody still with me? They can give you a thumbs up or a thumbs down or a hand clap or something. Again, just a way to keep them engaged a little bit. So that's Nod. You have to have the extension installed, and they have to have the extension installed in order for them to see the icons come up. I'm going to have a little bit of problem with that one. Every now and then it doesn't show up. If it doesn't show up, you have to go into the extensions and turn it off, turn it back on, and refresh, and then it pops back up. So Nod is a good one that kind of gives you a little bit of functionality. The two that Leo sent for Ed Roth to send out today were both attendance taking ones. And so the first one is called Google Meet and Attendance Breakout Rooms. So I'll drop that one into the chat and show you that one. So the attendance meet one, it's this icon right here. And when you click on it, it brings down a bunch of these different choices. And if I click this little thing, it will give me a list of everyone that's in the room. Okay, so then I can copy that list. And I've got it copied. If I go to show comparison, it'll come over into that room. It might not work because I don't have this classroom set up in there. Let's see. But if I copy the list, and then I can go to the chat, and I should be able to paste the list so you can see everybody that's in the room and everybody can see that they were, so that you've taken that attendance. The other thing you do with that is, you can generate groups. So I can either generate the number of people in the group or the number of groups. So let's suppose I want groups of 4. I can generate groups, and it's going to give me groups of 4 and who's in each one of those groups. And I can copy the group lists and drop that into the chat so everybody can see what group they're in. And then I can go back to the list and get meeting links. I thought I'd know. Copy meet links. Oops. Copy meet links. There we go. So now in the chat, that was the meet group in, right? Yeah. Sorry, I didn't copy. I copied the wrong one. Meet groups. Copy. Meet links. Having a hard time getting it to somehow copy the meet link codes. But if I go into this, I click on that, it'll open that meet room. So it's there. Did I reset the meet links? Let me regenerate the groups. Copy the meet links. It's supposed to then give me some links that you can click on to, there they are. So group 1 goes to this meet room, group 2 goes to this meet room, group 3 goes to this meet room, etc. So the 6 breakout rooms. So these people would go into meet 2. So it generates all those rooms for you. It generates all the names so people know where to go. You are going to have to open each one of those meet rooms, though, because without you being in it, the kids won't be able to get into the meet room, which means you're going to have like 7 meeting rooms open, which brings me to the next tab that I want to show you about, which is the automatic muting tab, which will let you individually mute different tabs so that if you've got 7 rooms open and you obviously can't listen to all of them at the same time, you can mute various tabs in your browser, and then you don't have to listen to them. So I'll drop that link in there too, because if you're trying to listen to 6 different rooms at once, you'll pretty much drive yourself crazy. Let me close that extra meeting room I opened. All right, so that's the first one he dropped in. The other one is called Google Attendance. Let me just, that's this one. And I'll drop that one into the chat as well. Chat. Now, the way this one works is when you're in the People tab, you'll see there's a little green check mark here. That is that extension running. And when you hover over that check mark, it brings down another list. And there's some options you have in that list. I'm going to click this one that says Add Sheet. And what that does is it takes this list of people who are in the room and puts it into a Google spreadsheet. So sometimes it takes a couple minutes for it to load into that spreadsheet, but oh, there we go. So here's the people who are in the room. Your name will show up in there as well, but it's another way where you can take attendance. You know, like here was my there you go. Here's my second period class today on everybody that was in class. So again, it's just an easy record for you to show what's going on. So those were the 2 that Ed passed along from Leo for taking attendance, and that nod extension, which I find to be quite useful, and the mute all tab. If there's some quick questions, I'll try and answer them. Otherwise, Thanks for joining us. Anybody have any
Yeah.
questions real quick?
Lee, when you made the groups, your name popped up. Is that because you're in more than one meet, or is that just a function of the extension?
If you go under one of the settings in there is include yourself. So I think you can not include yourself if you want to keep yourself off of that. I forget if I had that checked or not. Let me go back. It didn't say I was included, but it may by default. I know if you're presenting as well, when you do that, your name will show up twice, because once you're the presenter and once you're in the room. So like when I take my attendance, I show it 3 times in the list because I have it on my Chromebook and on my desktop, and I'm presenting. So my name shows up 3 times in a room. I just go and delete myself out of the list.
Okay.
So Lee, do you know if the district's going to add Nod to everyone's Chromebooks?
They have not done it automatically. I've talked to them about it, but if you go into the Chrome store like I did, or the extension store, and grab the link and just put it in the chat like I did, and just tell the kids go in and add it. Actually, one of my students showed me that.
Because I have it, but I didn't know the kids had to have it as well.
If the kids don't have it, you won't see it and they won't see it. So, and again, it's not blocked, so it takes a couple seconds to throw it in there real quick, and then the kids can have it.
Okay.
But yeah, that does have to be installed on anyone who's in the meet if they want to use it or see it.
Can you like nod so we can see what it looks like? Because I installed the extension while we were sitting here and I still can't figure out how to use it.
Did you see it? There's Steve just. So do you have the little icon in the upper left-hand corner that's got a thumbs up or hand raise and a little gear, Bonnie?
I don't.
Okay, so it might not have installed. You might have to refresh in order for it to install. So why don't you just hit the refresh button? You'll drop out of the meeting and come back in, and then you should have it up there in the corner. Yeah, see, this one's been giving me trouble.
Yep. So that's a lesson. If you have kids at it, they would need to refresh, which will drop them. And now I have it.
Now you have it. So now you can see, you can show a little, and then you'll be able to see anybody's smiley faces that they show up, and there we can see yours. Thanks for the thumbs up, Bonnie.
So the teacher sees my thumbs up, not the entire class.
Everybody will see your thumbs up, right?
In the chat, or where do they see it?
Anybody that has it installed, it just flashes up on the screen.
Oh.
So like, yes, there Steve raised his hand.
Okay.
So I go down. DJ's
Gotcha.
raised. No, the hand raises will stay until you
click them
off. And I think anybody can click them off. Okay, but the emojis stay for like 5 seconds and disappear.
Okay.
Okay, that's kind of just there goes my lights out. I haven't moved for 20 minutes.
So Spears, I'm an annoying student and I keep putting a thumbs up over and over and over and over and over and over and over.
Okay, then I will have to discipline you appropriately. Unfortunately, there's no way you can disable
no
it.
muting that for a specific kid or anything?
Hold on, I want to turn my lights on. I don't think there's a way to disable it for a particular kid because it's installed on in their Chrome as their Chrome extension. So I'm pretty sure you can't disable it. There is a report.
I would hope that wouldn't happen.
Yeah, you would think though. I mean, because they're going to be. Everybody in the classroom is going to see it. So I think that's an issue we could report to discipline, or you could have a conversation with them. All right, I'm going to stop recording too, by the way, just because I don't think I need to keep going.